Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. We're out here with the TruGlo Storm. Apparently not a good seller at Canadian Tire in North Bay, Ontario, Canada. They ordered 2 in 2020 for inventory. They still had them today. That's pretty sad. At least that's what the guy tells me that I was dealing with at the case because they locked them up. Anyways, so they were on for like $30.59. Normally $89. What a ripoff! Oh, that just made me choke. Amazon sells these for, I think they're like 60 bucks or something on Amazon. I'll shoot you guys the Amazon link. Anyways, you got full adjustability here, up, down, of course, left and right. Lots of it too for left and right. So, hey, on a thick riser like this, she's going on there, no problem, and loads of adjustability. The brushes also adjust in and out. I've left the brushes factory because the arrows I'm using are my 700 spines, which I'd like to try and keep shooting through these, and I've spun them and they're all dead straight, so I'm not sure if it's just the feathers maybe are too small for the arrows or who the heck knows. But they work fine on my Nighthawk. They're a little fussy on this one for some reason. But anyways, of course, I left my shelf shooting stuff here because you don't have to worry about any of that when you're messing around with these kind of rests. You can leave it on there. It's no harm, no foul. No extra washers needed for beefing up either. Awesome. This whole bracket is all metal, so that's bonus. The rest of the rest though is definitely plastic. They give you 4 extra bottom pieces here in different colors. So if you don't like red, change it out for green or blue or whatever else they got. But also if they break, which I guess they can, then you've definitely got spare parts, which is kind of really awesome. Thank you, TruGlo. But no thank you for the expensive price. You also have a stopper too, so once you get this dead level, you can actually drive the screw in. They got 2 screw holes, but 1 screw. It's got a pointy on it. I'm not doing that because I don't think I'm going to be leaving this on here permanent. Besides, we have other rests to test yet. Then I'll decide which one gets to live on this thing, if any at all. But I'm going to, you can move this screw here over to this hole, no big deal. I recommend if you want the most upward swing at least, the most down and getting balance to the up, I guess, use the 3rd screw hole down. There's 3 screw holes. The top one would definitely give you a lot of height, but not enough bottom. This one gives you more of lots of bottom, and you're maxed out for height here, which is fine. When the arrow is sitting on this, you're gonna have to reset your nocking point either way, but that's where I have it so that everything passes through without any issues. Now, with narrow feathers like this, you do not have to adjust the brushes. Okay, but there's an Allen key screw in each side. You're gonna need your own Allen keys because they don't give you any tools at all, okay? But rest assured, they are SAE, so there you go. Made in America, not Canada, because we would have used metric here. But I don't know, I don't really care. But it is all standard SAE for the Allen keys, so no big deal. It's a piece of cake. Your guide numbers here are completely pointless to you if you're putting this on as a lefty person. But as a righty person, this whole bracket has to flip around because you're putting it on the other side, and you know the deal. But anyways, so let's give this thing a shot, put a bunch of arrows through it, and see what kind of groupings we can come up with. It is windy out here, and these arrows really don't like the wind that much. I gotta get a heavier tip or get some more arrows that have heavier tips because, yeah, anyways, let's do this. 10 yards. So my opinion is I like it. I think it's pretty good. It's a lot easier to set up, less hassle, no screwing around trying to find washers to beef it up to get more distance. That is a big, huge benefit over that Camo no-name brand one that we got from China. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, hey, put 2 washers on, it's dead bang center, and it works perfect, so it's great. But this one, actually, I like that it's a lot tighter in, especially with the brushes. Because if you look how this thing is sitting here, now this is a 700 spined arrow, and the brushes just barely touch, which is nice. And this is made to drop down, so the angle the brushes are actually cut on allows you to just drop the arrow right there, and that's it. It's like perfect. Who could ask for better than that? You know, and then when it's released, you know, if I can do this correctly in camera for you, you can see the feathers hardly even come in contact at all. You know, a little bit of contact in the riser, but feathers are forgiving. There's not enough there to really kick the arrow, so if there's anything there, it is so minute. You can adjust for that with just changing your windage setting on your sight if you're using a sight. So, which I'm using a sight, so I could easily just, you know, but I am getting pretty good. As long as this wind leaves me alone, I'm fine. But for $30.59 whopping cents Canadian, it's worth every penny of that. But I honestly don't even see it being worth 60. I mean, I know they give us the spare, you know, bottom shoes. They don't give you a spare set of brushes, which you'd think if they're gonna give you spare shoes, at least one set of spare brushes would be nice. But I think we can buy spare brushes on Amazon. I don't know, I have to check. But TruGlo does make some really good stuff, but this thing has definitely earned a bit of a bad rep on Amazon, mainly because those reviews, people have no freaking clue what the hell they're doing to even set it up right. They just, I don't know, maybe they're not reading, they're not paying attention, they don't understand that, you know, you got to change your orientation on your fletch to go up straight. And those who do understand may still have a problem because they didn't adjust the brushes for the width of the spine of their arrow and their feathers or fletches, aka veins, which you have to do. Where it gets a little snaky is if you have really big feathers on your arrows, like we're talking some honking feathers like I have on some of my 500s. I don't think they're going to react that well with this because I need more room out to deal with those kind of feathers because they're pretty tall. But a small feather like this to a mid-level size feather, like on my Akmos arrows, you guys have seen those way too many times. Those feathers, I'm going to have to readjust a little bit of the brushes, and I'll be fine because we've got our left and right. Perfect. Okay, so any arrow that drops a shaft in this thing is going to be dead center. It's just to adjust the brushes for that slightly bigger diameter arrow, as well as, you know, for the feathers to be able to pass through without too much, without having to give too much forgiveness. But if you have like a twisted feather pattern, that may be a problem. And definitely if you've got honking feathers, that could be a problem with this rest too. But otherwise, like I said, small feathers like this, these are like nothing, you know, which could explain why they fly kind of crappy too. I might actually get them refletched with a little bit bigger feather, but not much. Maybe that'll straighten them out, who knows, but I can't change the tips for more weight. It would be nice. Though I could add on some shrink tubing. That would give me some more weight. I'll have to think about that. Experiment time. Anyways, but in the meantime though, yeah, worth every bit of the $30. So if you live in Canada, you're definitely gonna have a Canadian Tire somewhere nearby. See if they got any stock. I don't know if every Canadian Tire is gonna have them on clearance, but if they do, snag them, man. For $30, I think it's worth a good go on your Recurve bows for sure. If you do have compound, which these are mostly used on compounds anyhow, but they're fine for recurves, obviously. They're going to be a good compound rest for you if you want something that is decent. This will likely outlast a whisker biscuit, like a full-on whisker biscuit. And I think it is slightly better than the Tri-Biscuit on one side, but on the other side, no. Because the Tri-Biscuit does have a lot more room to accommodate bigger veins and bigger feathers. So half of one, dozen the other, okay? But I'm pretty sure we can adjust to compensate for a lot of that stuff. And like I said, I mean, look at the adjustment room. I still have like a ton to go this way. If I had to, I'd be able to do that, but we really can't because right now I'm running dead center and that's good enough. So yeah, we're fine with that. But Anyways, I would score this. I gotta be honest, I only paid $30.59 plus tax. So at $90, I would probably go along with, maybe at $90, I'd have to say it probably gets about a 3 out of 5, because it ain't worth the frickin' money whatsoever at $90. This is not $90 worth of hardware sitting here that's worthwhile, but it is definitely worth between 30 to, say, at most 45 bucks, okay? I would say 45 on the upper side for that. If it was 45 and under, you've got me all day long at a solid 4 out of 5. Easy 4 out of 5, okay? I really like how this thing works. I like all the extra flexibility. I don't have to beef stuff up to bring it out more. It does work left and right handed. It is a all metal bracketing system here. This is pretty good, tough, well-made plastic. It's well 3D printed or machined, however the hell they do it. You know, the only disappointment really is the simple fact they don't give you any tools. There are a lot of rests out there, they actually give you the tools. But this one, you get no tools, and it'd be kind of handy because, you know, there are people that may have, you know, not the right Allen keys, and now you're gonna have to go out and buy some. So that's an extra expense. They should be including the tools, especially if they want more than 40 bucks for this thing. They should be including the necessary Allen keys to work with every part of this thing. And there's a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4 Allen keys total that's required for this thing. So yeah, if they want the bigger money, start supplying Allen keys, okay? Other than that, that's what I got for you on this, and that's how I think and feel about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. We still have more rests to test. My other one is finally left China and on its way to Canada, which is our fork rest. So that should be in hopefully in the next week or so. And we'll be getting to testing that out and see how well that one works out. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I'm hopefully you guys are enjoying a lot of the videos on this, and more exposure for this bow on YouTube as well. This is my 68-inch Cineart Olympic targeting recurve bow. I really love this bow. It is fantastic. So get yourself one. Come on, $110 Canadian. You can't go wrong. See you on the next one.